Hi guys, Casper MMA here, and today we're back with another MMA predictions video on the channel. Today, give my predictions for KSW 105, Bartosiński versus Grzyb. Now, this is my first time making a predictions video for a KSW card. We haven't touched this promotion on this channel yet, but one of you guys suggested I do it on this channel, and I looked at the card and saw Eddie Hall was fighting and thought, I've got to do it. But before I get into my picks, make sure if you guys are new around here and you're enjoying this content, you're going to below and hit that subscribe button. It's free and it's really appreciated. So we have got 9 fights on this week's card, and we kick things off with the first prelim of Mikhail Turyński versus Denis Górniak. Now, Turyński is 1-0 in pro MMA, Polish fighter. He is 38 years old, so he is pushing on the latter end of his career. Had a lot of kickboxing fights on his record. And then he eventually moved into MMA, where he won on a KSW 94. He beat some guy by submission in round number 1. His opponent, Górniak, is 5-2, also Polish man. He's the younger fighter, 27 years of age. This is a heavyweight fight, so both these guys are quite big. He is 0-1 in KSW, lost his first fight by a round 1 KO at KSW 96. So not the greatest stat, but he's got a decent record, to be fair. Pretty much all of his wins coming by knockout. He's got 3 wins by KO, 2 wins by submission, but he has been knocked out twice as well. So there's definitely going to be a finish in this fight. I can definitely see that happening. It probably could go either way. Both these guys have got some decent power, but I'm going to back Górniak to get this job done, and I reckon he gets the KO. Now, moving up the card to Marcin Krakowiak versus Adam Niedźwiedź. Now, I'm trying my best to pronounce his name properly, probably going to butcher a lot of them, but Krakowiak is 13-5 in his pro MMA, 31 years of age. He's coming off a loss in his last fight in KSW by doctor's stoppage in round number 2, but before that, he was on a 2-fight winning streak, to be fair to him. A win by split decision and a win by unanimous decision before that. He's been KO'd a couple times in KSW, to be fair. He's 5 wins and 4 losses in total in the promotion. But, some of his wins have been pretty good. Beat some alright opponents, to be fair. He lost the same guy twice in a row back in 2020, which is kind of like 1 month apart. But, yeah, since then, he's not got the worst record. He looks a decent opponent. Niedźwiedź, I've probably butchered that. Niedźwiedź, 9-4. Also 31 years of age. This guy is a submission artist. He's got 8 wins out of 9 by submission, 1 win by KO as well. His last fight he won by guillotine. Before that he had a draw, and then before that he had, of course, a submission. He seems pretty dangerous on the floor, so if he gets it down, I can definitely see him getting a submission here. He has been KO'd a couple times, to be fair, 3 in total, to be fact. So both these guys look pretty decent. I could definitely see a Niedźwiedź submission in this fight, but I'm going to back Krakowiak to get this job done. I just feel like he's got the KO power, and I reckon he's going to get the KO. Now, moving up the cards to Laura Grzyb versus Gabriela Hristea. Now, Hristea is she's from Romania, currently 1-0 in MMA. Won her first fight by decision last year in November by unanimous decision. So that's all I've got to go for her. Her opponent, Laura Grzyb. I'm definitely saying that wrong. But she had a pretty decent boxing record, 11-0. A few wins by KO as well, and then many decision wins. This is her first fight in MMA, to be fair. But I do think she's a decent fighter, to be fair. I think her boxing is going to be better than Hristea is going to be. So I reckon that Grzyb is going to get the decision. Now, moving up the card to Szymon Bajor versus Augusto Sakai. Now, Bajor is 25-11 his record. He's 36 years of age. This is a heavyweight fight, I'm pretty sure. He has not been on the best run recently. He lost in a title fight to Phil DeFries, but everyone has pretty much. He's on a 12-fight title defending thing, or something like that, I don't know. But then he won a split decision against Pesta, and then lost a unanimous decision in his last fight. But before that, he had a decent run of form, to be fair. That's what got him the title shot. He had quite a few wins by KO. He's a pretty dangerous guy, to be fair. He's got quite a few wins by KO, a few wins by submission as well. Augusto Sakai, on the other hand, obviously was in the UFC not long ago, about 2023. Then he came to KSW, fought Phil de Vries for the belt, and lost again like the other guy did, Bajor. So Phil de Vries just is really good. Sakai was not good enough. I mean, if you look at Sakai's record, he's only won 1 fight in his last 6 fights, which is kind of crazy. But a lot of them fighters are pretty decent heavyweights in the UFC. So it's a heavyweight fight. It could go either way, really. But I think I can see this going to decision here. I'm not really seeing a knockout from either guy. So I'm going to back Sakai to get the decision. Now, moving up the card to Madas Fleminas versus Kasper Koziorzębski. Now, Madas Fleminas, the Latvian man. Don't see many Latvian fighters, to be fair. 13-6 record, is 37 years of age, but he's still getting quite a few wins, to be fair. I mean, he lost his last fight in KSW to decision, but before that, he got a nice elbow KO in round number 1. Did lose his last fight before that, so he's had 3 fights in KSW. Won 1, lost 2, so not the best. But in Cage Warriors, he was pretty good. I mean, he has some decent wins. He beat Oban Elliott, who's a really good fighter now, to be fair, when he was quite young in his career. Also beat George Hardwick as well, took his though. So back in his day, he had some decent wins in Cage Warriors. Pretty good fighter. So he's still got it, I think. He's still alright at 37 years of age. Kasper Koziorzębski, I can't pronounce his Polish names, man. 11-6 record. Is the younger fighter at 29 years of age, on a 2-fight win streak, to be fair. 1 by split decision, 1 by unanimous decision. Has been KO'd quite a few times though in his career. I mean, out of his 6 losses, he's been KO'd 5 times, so he's quite chinny, to be fair. I mean, he got head kicked by Ion Serdu, who we've just talked about in my Octagon prediction video. Go and check that out. But he's got some good win streaks on his career, to be fair. He's not a bad fighter. Both these guys are decent, to be fair, but I'm going to back the Latvian man, Fleminas. He might be the older fighter, but I think he's still got it. And I think Koziorzębski is a bit chinny, so I'm going to go Fleminas to get the KO. Now, next up on the card, we have Igor Michaliszyn versus Artur Szczepaniak. Now, Michaliszyn is 12-3 record, 28 years of age, Polish man. Looks pretty decent on a 2-fight winning streak, both wins by decision last year. Did lose a fight to Bartosiński, who's on the main event of this card, to be fair. Lost to Nibar then, but apart from that, he's on a pretty decent run of form. He had like 5 wins in a row, lost, and then he's got another 2 wins. So he's a pretty decent fighter, to be fair. His opponent, Szczepaniak, has a 12-3 record, 28 years of age, and Polish. So both these guys are basically the same fighter. I mean, they're literally exact same everything. He's on a 2-fight win streak as well, but these both by finish. Round 1 sub and round 2 KO. Did lose to Madas Fleminas in his he got KO'd by him. Got KO'd by Bartosiński as well. So both these guys losing to him. Did lose to Benoit Saint Denis back in 2019 on some different promotion, SFC or something like that. But yeah, both these guys do look quite decent fighters. I mean, Szczepaniak has quite a few finishes, to be fair, in his career. Seems quite dangerous recently, but not sure who to pick here. Both these guys do look decent, but I reckon I'm going to have Artur Szczepaniak to get this job done. I feel like he's just been more dangerous recently in his last 2 fights, and he's going to get the KO. Now, moving up the card to Artur Szpilka versus Errol Zimmerman. Now, Szpilka is 3-1 in MMA, but he also has a pretty decent pro boxing record as well of 24-5. I mean, he lost his last fight in KSW to a round 1 KO, but before that, he had 3 wins, all by KO, so he looks pretty decent. I mean, obviously, in boxing, he was quite a decent fighter. I mean, lost to Deontay Wilder and Derek Chisora, who are both pretty good fighters. Probably the only boxers I really know on that list, because I don't follow boxing that much. I see some of the big fights, but that's about it. So he looks a decent boxer, to be fair. His opponent, Errol Zimmerman, another heavyweight, is 1-1 in MMA. The Dutch man. He's 39 years of age, to be fair, so he's quite old. Has quite a lot of kickboxing, so I can probably see this fight staying on the feet. Boxer versus a kickboxer. I mean, he's got quite a few wins in kickboxing, many wins by KO. I can't say I know who he's fought because I don't know much kickboxing, but his last fight was a KO in by a leg kick KO in round number 2. But in MMA, he's got 1 win in round number 2, and obviously lost one as well to a round 1 submission. But I don't think he's going to get submitted in this fight, to be fair. I think he's going to stay on the feet. But I'm going to back Szpilka to get this job done. I mean, I just feel like he looks more impressive in his records. I mean, I feel like on the feet, he's going to be pretty good. And I reckon Szpilka is going to get the KO. Now, moving up the card to my main event, really. Mariusz Pudzianowski versus Eddie Hall. Now, I did not know this fight was happening until literally the other day when one of you guys commented on my video. I was like, what the hell? Eddie Hall's fighting in MMA. I'm here for it. Well, professional MMA. But he's also fighting another strongman, Pudzianowski, who's got a pretty decent MMA record. He is 48 years of age, to be fair. He's literally pushing 50 years of old. But he's been fighting kind of recently. I mean, he's lost his last 2 fights by KO. So that's not the best. But before that, he had 5 wins in a row, all by KO. I mean, he's pretty dangerous. He's got a lot of power, to be fair. I don't know the level of opponents he's really facing. They're not the greatest people, really. I mean, all pretty old, to be fair. But he's still got a lot of MMA experience compared to Eddie Hall, who is 0-0. This is his first professional MMA fight. I mean, is this it says heavyweight, but I'm guessing this is like super heavyweight, because there's no way Eddie Hall's making, I think I saw something, he's like 330 pounds something, which is kind of crazy. God knows what kind of power he's got there. Literally the only MMA fight I've seen Eddie Hall fight was him versus 2 midgets, where he literally flatlined a midget. That was kind of crazy. But yeah, he had a boxing match against Bjornsson where he lost by decision for Bjornsson. So honestly, I wouldn't bet on this. Do not follow my pick for this fight. I just honestly can't predict this one. I will be watching it. But I'm not betting on it. So I'm backing Eddie Hall, man. I've got to back him as an Englishman. I'm backing the English guy to get this job done. I like Eddie Hall. He's been training with Tom Aspinall and that as well. So, he's got to have some MMA skills. So I'm going to back Eddie Hall to get the KO. Why not? Now, moving up to the main event. Adrian Bartosiński versus Andrzej Grzebyk. Now, I don't know. I said it differently in the title to this. I don't know. Grzebyk. God knows. Polish names. I'm not Polish. I have no idea. But Bartosiński is pretty good. 16-1 in total in MMA. 29 years old. Polish man. His only loss coming in his last fight, where he moved up to middleweight. Fought Mamed Khalidov. Lost by round 2 armbar, but he's back in welterweight now, fighting, defending his belt for the third time. I think it's the second, against Grzebyk. Fuck knows what I just said. But he's a pretty good fighter, Bartosiński. 16 wins, 11 of them coming by KO, 2 wins by submission, and 3 wins by decision. I mean, he's pretty good. Grzebyk is 22-6, so also pretty good. Slightly older, 34 years of age, on a pretty decent winning streak. 4-fight winning streak, to be fair. A couple of wins in there by KO. He has been KO'd a few times before, but he's a pretty decent fighter. I mean, he's got a lot of wins by KO. I mean, 13 wins in total. Both these guys are pretty good at finishing fights, so I reckon there's going to be a finish in this fight. I've got a sneaky feeling. I mean, I've picked a lot of finishes on this fight. I'm looking forward to watching this card because, I mean, I'm predicting a lot of finishes here, so I'm looking forward to it. So, yeah, I'm definitely predicting a finish here, and I reckon it's going to go the way of Bartosiński, and I reckon he's going to get the KO. So, there are my picks for KSW 105. Let me know down in the comments if you agree or disagree with any of my picks. And that's all for today's video. If you guys enjoyed it, maybe leave a like, hit the subscribe button. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.